In this video, we're gonna talk about 10 best countries to live in the world in 2022. So before starting, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for our future updates. Your answer to which country is the best to live in may differ from others. The finest country to live in is purely subjective. It could be based on general well-being, financial security, weather, or something else. Nonetheless, several studies have been conducted to determine the most livable countries. The best place to live have been identified by various news publications and data collectors. You may be familiar with large-scale surveys, but just in case, let's review the method of finding which nations are the best to live in. A realistic assessment of the finest places to live comes from the Human Development Report. This yearly UN research expresses global happiness and presents an overview of the life on Earth, an excellent tool for determining which countries have the most stable, happy, and healthy people. The Human Development Report compares the world's most satisfied and unhappy populations before assessing which countries are the greatest to live in. All of these issues are addressed in this official UN study. To create and publish this report on the world's best places to live, we'll follow the UN's principles. The decision is up to you. If you believe further factors should be included, this is one report's claim, but other countries are as good. Here are the 10 best countries to live in the world in 2022. So let's start. Number 10. Denmark. Denmark rounds out the top 10 best places to live. For starters, social trust is strong in Denmark, as is faith in police and hospitals. Also, all citizens receive the free healthcare and education, even college. Denmark, a global leader in shipping, design, and architecture, is also a green-minded nation. Cycles outnumber cars in Copenhagen, and the country is continuously inventing cleaner and greener ways of living. Another Danish invention is yoga, a warm human term for time spent relaxing and appreciating life's minor pleasures, frequently with family and/or friends. Number 9. Canada. BCG named Canada as the #1 place for relocation this year. Younger, digitally savvy white-collar employees are attracted to Canada's strong tech and digital service sector. Moving to Canada has several benefits for young families: free elementary and secondary education. This makes Canada a great place to live in 2022. Know of your background. Canada is considered as one of the world's most open and progressive civilization. Despite rising economic inequality, Canada's Gini coefficient is 0.303, lower than its southern neighbors. Canada's public schools are world-class in reading, math, and science. Canadian students are expected to learn in both French and English. Read our entire guide on expat parenting. Canada is also a top choice for expat families because it ranks highly in virtually every quality of life metric. Toronto and Vancouver are expensive cities, but many inhabitants think it is worth it. Number 8. Australia. The United Nations has complimented Australia for its emphasis on education and the significance of going to school, ranking it as the 7th best country to live in according to the Human Development Report. There's a healthy amount of pressure to not only go to school, but do well and take pride in academic achievements. Most Australian children remain enrolled in the education system until they graduate from an undergraduate institution, with average number of years spent in school being around 20. There are exceptions in any circumstance, but education in Australia accounts for more than 5% of the country's GDP. Thus, it's something Australia deserves to be acknowledged for. Number 7. The Netherlands. The Netherlands compares to Denmark in the sense that the Netherlands doesn't have as high of a wage gap as many countries around the world still do. In fact, the inequality rate among wages in Netherlands is roughly 12.4%, which sounds high. But if you return to the data about the wage gap percentage of the United States, you will find that the Netherlands still outdoes the USA in terms of fair pay across the board. Number 6. Sweden. Sweden has a strong social welfare system, providing strong healthcare and free education. Sweden's social model focuses on growth, equality, freedom, and security. Sweden also has great conditions for workers, such as a minimum of 5 weeks vacation in government organization that supports entrepreneurs looking to start a company. Lastly, like other Nordic countries, Sweden has very low rates of violent crimes, 1.14 incidents per 100,000 people, and ranks well for overall health and well-being. Number 5. Iceland. Iceland bodes well in terms of life expectancy and healthcare accessibility. The average lifetime of citizens in Iceland is around 83 years of age. There are still some places around the world where people do not live beyond 40 years old. So Iceland is impressive for having a life expectancy of nearly double that of other countries. Number 4. Germany. Something that stands out a lot about Germany is that the country places an emphasis on education. Much like Australia, Germany values the education of its citizens. Nearly the entire population of Germany has received higher education, with only 4% of the people in Germany having not endured college classes or postgraduate schooling. Number 3. Hong Kong, China. Hong Kong is a major international financial center with a high quality of life. Hong Kong has very low taxes, the highest income tax at 17%, making it attractive for businessmen. Additionally, like many of the other countries on this list, Hong Kong has a very low crime rates despite being a very densely populated urban area. Many believe that Hong Kong is the perfect blend of East and West cultures with colonial buildings, temples, and ancient traditions and festivals living side by side, with modern public transportation and tall glass skyscrapers. Number 2. Switzerland. Ireland is one of the world's safest countries to live in. Ireland's crime rate is at an all-time low, and homicides are at an all-time low. The Swiss people's health is astounding. The United Nations lauded Switzerland like Norway for its high life expectancy, thanks in part to the absence of deadly diseases. Despite being beaten by Norway for the best place to live, Switzerland's average life expectancy is 83. Taking care of oneself can lead to wonderful things. But this is not a benefit many governments grant their citizens. Number 1. Norway. The United Nations listed Norway as the best country to live in primarily because of all of the factors that researchers took into consideration were good marks on behalf of Norway. The European country excels in all the areas that the UN looked at, which you could say is purely based on luck. However, even so, Norway is good fit for the credentials that the United Nations took into account, which is impressive altogether. People in Norway live to be upwards of 82 years old on average. The UN attributes this wonderful statistic to the healthcare system that's in place in Norway. Norwegians are covered by a healthcare system funded by the general public. So unlike places such as the United States, residents of the Norway receive healthcare and medical attention no matter what. It's not a burden or a privilege for people in Norway to get the professional health and annual checkups that are so necessary for overall health, leading to higher life expectancy overall. What do you think of our video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit the subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.